من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. سبحانك اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him, we praise Him, and we ask Him to assist us in our affairs regarding our dunya, and we ask Him also to help us, assist us in our worship so that we worship Him the way He deserves to be worshipped. And we pray, we ask Him to protect us from the evil of our own nafs, our own souls, and from the evil consequences of our actions in this dunya. May Allah make us end or leave this dunya while we are true believers. And we bear witness that there's no God worthy of worship but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is a servant of Allah and the last messenger sent to mankind. May peace be upon him, his family, the companions, and those who will follow him till the day of Qiyamah. May Allah make us among them. Last time we said that we're going to just conclude, we're going to just finish the hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha wa mother, the hadith that was talking about the bid'ah, the innovations in this deen. And we make it clear that when the Prophet ﷺ make the statement that anyone who brought something new in this, in our matter, in this affair, meaning that the deen. So no one should just come and tell us that the microphone we are using, is it that existing by the time of the Prophet ﷺ? People are crazy. And I give you the example how, some people are joking with the deen. They hold the microphone saying that those stuff, asking people if the Imam who's saying that bid'ah is haram, the microphone he used, if the Prophet also used it, then the public was no, the motorbike he ride, and all those things, and he asked him, and you heard the voice of especially our mothers, they said no, so all those things, it's not right, and it's about the deen. In the deen, if you bring something new, there's going to be a problem. So may Allah make us understand. And we give a very short homework to our sisters. We told them, since the hadith is relating, it's just the first hadith, the one who spoke about the hadith is our mother Aisha radiallahu anha. We gave them to let us know about Aisha a little bit. And they try, and I'm going to let one voice from them or two voices to tell us a little bit, summarize us what they know about Aisha radiallahu anha. So inshallah, the microphone is now to the side of our sisters. فليتفضل مشكور. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, no problem. We will hear and we will understand what you said. One more time. Radiallahu anha. Can you let the microphone get close to your voice? Please.
Her mother was Zainab radiallahu anha, and her father was Abu Bakr Sitou radiallahu anhu, one of the closest men of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She was the third and younger wife of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aisha radiallahu anha had an important role in early Islamic history, both during Muhammad's life and after his death.
One more time. In Sunni?
In Sunni tradition, Aisha is portrayed and scholarly and inquisitive. She showed the world how the woman could be more knowledgeable than men, political and warrior 14th centuries ago. She had a brilliant mind and a remarkable memory. She contributed to spread of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and served the Muslim community for 44 years after the death of Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not just her mother related to Muhammad's life and death, but also on topics such as inheritance, pilgrim, and astrology. She was involved in religious mother and political events as well. She is also known for narrative 2,210 Hadith. The marriage of Aisha with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was debated decree, and the Prophet saw her in the dream. Aisha made her married when she was 9 years old. It is very natural and normal according to the understanding of the community of that time, but when she issued is viewed from a broad perspective. It is understood that she became a wife of the Prophet when she was 17 or 18. Through other scholarship believe she was younger, engaged at 6 years old and married at 9. According to some scholars, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to refer to her as Umaira, little red one, being a term of endearment for her. Additionally, Aisha is the only wife who was present when the Prophet Muhammad received the revelation from Allah. Aisha's life experience resulted in decree public woman.
One more time. One more time. Yeah, can you repeat? Yeah. Okay. One more time. Ajay, can you try to fix the microphone on your side? Perfect.
There are four witnesses to the effect. After the center of Adam lived, which ended the 14-year-long marriage, Aisha radiallahu anha lived at first different schools, 47 or 48 more years, mostly in Medina. Time was spent learning and acquiring knowledge of the Quran.
Perfect.
Aisha was one of the three wives of the Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
who was Hadith of the Quran.
Mhm.
The other two Hafiza and Salama radiallahu anha.
Radiallahu anhum jami'an.
Aisha radiallahu anha died at her home in Medina on
She died, right?
She died at her home in Medina on 7 Ramadan
17th or 7th
17 Ramadan 58
after Hijrah.
after Hijrah. She was 66 or 67 years old. She was buried in Jannatul Baqi, the graveyard in Medina next to the Prophet Muhammad.
One more time.
Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu
Radiallahu anhu.
led her funeral fire.
Praise. Barakallah fik. Inshallah, may Allah accept it. There's a lot of information we get. Inshallah, certain things he said, inshallah, the microphone happened to be low voice. But I got certain, a lot of more information, important information. Then inshallah, another one, sister want to give us something. Or we should just be satisfied with what we have. Now, I know I'm not supposed to use now. So. Ajanuran, after you, anyone?
I don't think so.
Okay. You guys did a good job. Inshallah, may Allah reward you. And know that you guys are shy. It's normal. It is a quality. Don't be sad about it. We are proud of you, inshallah. Okay, so Aisha radiallahu anha, as Hajarur mentioned, one of the knowledgeable people in this ummah. And she really related a lot of hadith. After Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, she is the one who related a lot of hadith. The majority of the problem regarding Aisha radiallahu anha, what we face is the majority of people who are not Muslim, they are attacking the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That how can a man marry a child of 6-year-old or 7-year-old? And they forget that the culture of peninsula, Arabic peninsula, that's how they live. And as we know, in the rule of the team, every culture stuff it is allowed, unless it goes against the rule of the Quran. That's the reason why, like when you take the way Africans are doing marriage, You got it? It's not the same as when you go to Arab community. It's not the same when you go to India. It's not the same thing when you go to Pakistan, China. It's not the same thing. It's only the Islam will just come and make it haram anything that is going against the law of Allah. Anything that is violating the right of one of the people who are in action. But here, the Arabic culture, they used to have that. And even before, I think Sister Nura mentioned, before she got married to the Prophet ﷺ, since she was born, there was one family that was promised to her. Like one guy who was promised to her, they already put their hand that inshallah they're going to give her to, they're going to ask her hand for their son. When the Prophet ﷺ saw in the dream and he asked Khawla to go and ask for her hand, when she got there, like this Mahmoud, what kind of noise is that? What's wrong with you? So the thing is, she was already not in relation, they already promised her to some people family, but those people did not really convert yet, they are not Muslim yet. What happened is like, since they saw how, well, after the Prophet ﷺ came and asked, send somebody and then ask for her hand, like the Prophet ﷺ, they informed Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. And then he was like, how can a brother marry his daughter to his brother? Because Abu Bakr is considered the Prophet ﷺ like his brother. Then the Prophet ﷺ tell the messenger, the one he sent, to tell him that if it is brotherhood, of course we are brothers in Islam, but it will make it beautiful if, the Prophet ﷺ marry your daughter. So Abu Bakr already promised that man, and we know how Abu Bakr is firm when it comes to promises. He did not reject, he did not say anything, but he's in trouble. Because how would he tell the other family who came before? They are not Muslim yet, but in narration, if it is true or not, those family, the family of that guy, they came and they were like, oh, if we were about to take your daughter and give to our son, maybe you're going to force our son to join you in Islam. So I don't think that marriage will happen. So this is what happened, and the Prophet ﷺ, it opened the door to the Prophet ﷺ. So now Abu Bakr has a green light to accept it. This is what happened. So people would use that in the Prophet ﷺ married Aisha when she was young. So on and so on. Of course, he married her when she was 6 or 7, and then in a lot of narration they say that he got close to her ﷺ when she was married. It is just narration. The Prophet ﷺ, he waited in a lot of scholars' explanation. He waited like the moment he realized that she is really a woman now. That's the moment he got close to her. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is not like that's the only woman, the only girl the Prophet ﷺ married as somebody who never got married. All other women, they were widows. They were already married to some people and then divorced or something like that. And it is normal. This is how the culture of Arab is at that time. So people cannot use that particular time and trying to explain it in our time. And the way people are growing up before is not the same as now. Look, perfectly. Look at the moment of Adam, how people are. You come till like now, we become like short people now. So it's not the same thing. Some people, Allah give them like the way they grow up is different. Even today, you will see a young girl of 9-year-old, if you don't pay attention, if you are not, you don't fear Allah, you are the one who's running after women all the time. You will see a young girl, you think she's already a woman. That's how people get in trouble. Even now we have that. So the thing is, it's not about if Aisha radiallahu anha was harmed in that relationship. After the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will hear a lot of narrations you will say against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because anyone who got abused after they have been released, they will always talk about it. But the Prophet, she doesn't say anything about the Prophet unless what is good all the time. And how can she kept all those hadiths, more than 2,000 hadith and 2,210 hadith? Perfectly. So I explained last time, I said that Khadija bint Khuwaylid was the perfect wife for the Prophet ﷺ at the beginning of Islam. And Aisha radiallahu anha is the best wife for the Prophet ﷺ after Hijrah, when they migrate from Mecca to Medina. Because it's a lot of learning. The community, the Ummah has to learn a lot from the Prophet ﷺ. So they need fresh brain. They need fresh brain. A lot of hadith that come regarding how the Prophet ﷺ is sleeping, how he's making his dua before he sleep, how he's taking the ghusl, all this stuff. How would you know? It's come from her, the majority of the hadith. So this is how we should know that the Prophet ﷺ never do something except Allah recommend him to do. And Allah will never recommend the Prophet ﷺ something that will harm the Ummah. The people who are talking about those things today, they don't know anything about what is going on at that time before. So as Muslim,
even our country, they have a country. If a man went somewhere, he find let's the lady has a pregnant. It's the day when he went to give birth. He gives this birth.
Yeah, I saw that.
This for your
My son.
The man is your friend.
Perfect.
But
You see, so it still happens. It's a culture stuff. It's not haram. Like I witnessed when I was young in the village, also the same thing. Where I was young, but I was teaching the little children. And I wondered there was a little child. She's almost covered. The way she's covered is different than other people. So me, I didn't know they were a culture, that culture in Mauritania, culture stuff. I didn't know. So till they told me that, no, this girl, they brought her to her husband's house, but she is not allowed to get close to her till she become a woman. So it is normal. It's culture stuff. The Prophet, there's no way the Quran, the Sharia make it is haram. So we're not going to make something that is not haram, that's not haram. We don't have that right. When the rules come, your culture, you look, what you do, if it is halal, you continue. But if it is not halal, then that's the moment the Sharia will say that what you do is haram. Keep it. Inshallah. May Allah make it easy for all of us, and may Allah protect us. Another thing we're going to say about Aisha radiallahu anha is that she's the most beloved one in the eyes of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After that's what the scholars have been regarding, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they never asked him by the time of Khadija. Of course, he loved Khadija. The love of Khadija is special. We all know that. Because, she's a woman, he never married anyone while she was alive. She's the only one who stayed with him. Till when she passed away, may Allah have mercy upon her. The Prophet ﷺ just fell in trouble. They called that year the year of sadness. So Khadija, the Aisha radiallahu said, she never, how you say it? She never showed any rivalry to any of the Prophet's women except the way she have the rivalry she saw to. She was jealous. She never be jealous to anyone more than the way she was jealous to Khadija bint Khuwaylid. Why she did not meet Khadija? We all know she never met Khadija, but she's jealous of her. Yeah? Because what happened is like the Prophet ﷺ is somebody who can fulfill, who is always fulfilling the promise in the right. Like if you do something good till the end of Qiyamah, he will continuously provide you the goodness. What happened? What happened is that Khadija, after her death, the Prophet ﷺ, when he slaughtered said anything, always go and give this is Khadija friend. This is Khadija. So Aisha radiallahu anha, she got jealous. Till now you still remember Khadija. While Allah already even replaced her with better woman, the Prophet was like, who's better than her? Who's better? So may Allah have mercy upon all of them to tell us that the jealousy even for them, the jealousy against of a woman against even them can happen. So a human being in general, may Allah accept it. So this is what we know about Aisha radiallahu anha, and we should always stay away from any innovation. Innovation is not something that will help a person. Innovation, it is the synonym or the result of what? Ignorance. If a person accepts to do something that is not that wasn't brought by the Prophet ﷺ, and then they remain on it, it is ignorance, and may Allah guide all of us. And people should always be ready to learn. It's not like they bring you the story the Prophet ﷺ said, what you're doing is not right. No, my father used to do it. But they say the Prophet ﷺ doesn't do it. You do what the Prophet ﷺ does or did. You say, okay, I didn't know that. Your father, Allah may forgive him. You don't know. Because that's the only knowledge he knows. And Allah is always judge people according to what they know. So you know the hadith is authentic. You cannot reject it. So may Allah make us understand. So this is the part of Aisha radiallahu anha. And I think the last time we were talking also about, I don't know how we fell in sihr, the magic, and we were talking about magic and all those things. The thing is, we all know that the origin of magic, and the Prophet ﷺ married Aisha when she died, all those things, it's just, how you call it, to know cultural knowledge. It's not like it is mandatory, it's cultural knowledge. You're not going to go to your graveyard, they will ask you when did Aisha radiallahu anha pass away. You're not going to go to the day of Qiyamah, they will ask you when the magic start, the sihr start. We all know that, right? So we have to argue with that already. Okay, the brothers were talking about Harut or Marut. If you follow the ayat, it is exactly what the majority of the scholars said, that they are angels. Harut and Marut, they are what? Angels. Except some scholars who make it look different. They say what? They said, when I was young, this is what I heard. I heard a lot of them, but since a lot of them they are Israeliyat, Israeliyat means that the narration coming from people of the Jewish. You got it? It's the narration. So sometimes we brought them, and if it is okay, we keep them. If it is, look like it doesn't go against the law of our Subhanahu Sharia. But when it just contradicts the Sharia, the scholar they reject it. One of the things they say that it is the beginning of magic is the angels. The angels, what is authentic, what is majority of the scholars they are explaining. Because this ayah, the Prophet ﷺ, no the Prophet ﷺ, no the Sahaba, there's no narration or no source that is related to the Prophet ﷺ. He explained it like that. So all is jihad, the effort of what? The scholars. Explaining that it's a will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send down two angels, Harut and Marut, to test the people that time in Babylon. You got it? In Babylon. That's an ancient city. Alright? In Iraq, right? Perfect. He will show them this is a secret. But anyone who believes in it, he wants to learn, he is considered like kafir. So he warned them, they warned them, the both angels will warn them. Fala takfur. Do not disbelieve. Meaning that for you to learn the sihr, you disbelieve immediately. When you learn magic, a person learns magic, he is considered like a kafir. It's clear? Even if the person doesn't practice, it depends on your intention. At that time, they brought it, nobody is supposed to learn. But people want to learn. They went. How evil people are, they say, no, we want to learn. And know where the jinn are, how to deal with the jinns. So this is how people start learning the what? The sihr, the magic. But when we were young, we heard a lot of Israelites. One of them is like, the Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the angels said that, why Allah doesn't send them down so that they will do better than human beings. And Allah made a test to them. Two of them, Harut and Marut, they went down. Alright? When they went down, this is Israelite. You don't have to believe this. They went down is perfectly easy. They said they saw a beautiful woman, then they got attracted to her. So at the end, can you imagine how people play with the mind of people, other people? You see, so they really hear all those things. I didn't want to, relate those kind of things, but since it's happened and we talk about it, it doesn't hurt. Allah will never ask you about it the day of Qiyamah. You're not going to go to Jannah or Hellfire because of this. You have to realize that. So it's not that important. I'm going to say, you will hear that bringing those kind of stories. It is bad. They said that they fell in that sin because they tell the ladies that they are angels, and she asked them how do they go back over there, and they gave her the name that they used to go up to the sky. So after they commit zina with her, they forgot. Can you imagine that? You play this with the angels. Like how you realize the Jewish, they play. This is how they were related to people. So that's how they stay on earth, and they're teaching people safely. You got it? May Allah protect us, all of us. Yes. So the only part last time when I was making in between, they are not malaika, they are not angels, is because I read the tafsir. And it's been a Kathir when I was young, they explained to us, it's because it's the most, what's his name, known tafsir in the time when we were young. The Ustad, that's what they use. Ibn Kathir reject all that is saying in Harut and Marut, they are angels. They say they are not angels because when the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى الْمَلَكَيْنِ. Here, وَمَا means negation. Allah did not send down any malaika with sihr. That's what he explained. And that's his explanation. Allah only knows what is the meaning of that. Because other people, they use وَمَا أُنزِلَ يُعَلِّمُونَ النَّاسَ السِّحْرَ يُعَلِّمُونَ النَّاسَ مَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى الْمَلَكَيْنِ. That happens. This is how other people use. This ma is considered for them like a proposition that is continuing. Like يُعَلِّمُونَ النَّاسَ, they learn or they teach people the magic, and they teach people what was sent to the malaika, what the malaika two malaika brought on the earth. So it's kind of a confusing stuff, but we are not going to be asked about it the day of Qiyamah. So that's the reason why we should just, inshallah, stay away from it. The magic, anyone who wants a person to ask the person about his life and so on, his future, knowing that if he believes in what that Maruhu said, the Prophet ﷺ said, فَقَدْ كَفَرَ عَلَى مَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ. The person disbelieves in what the Prophet ﷺ brought, meaning that the person became kafir. If he went, the person went, and that person, that magician, told him and he did not believe it, the person will stay 40 days without the prayer will never be accepted, but he has to pray. I don't know if you guys understand. Yes. Anyone who went to a marabout and ask him about future stuff or anything, if he did not believe and he come back, 40 days, his prayer will never be accepted. But he has to pray. Can you imagine if a person passes away in that situation? May Allah protect us. Anyone who believes it, then that's it, the person is already kafir. May Allah protect us. So this is the hadith in read, inshallah. We are going to just read the sixth hadith, right? Is the sixth, right? The sixth hadith, which is the hadith of, haram and lawful, haram and what? Halal. And the Prophet is saying, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّنْ وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّنْ. It is very interesting hadith also. عن أبي عبد الله النعمان بن بشير رضي الله عنهما قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين وبينهما أمور مشتبهات لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس فمن اتقى شبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه ومن وقع في الشبهات وقع في الحرام كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يقع فيه ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى ألا وإن حمى الله محارمه ألا وإن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. رواه البخاري ومسلم. So here is the narration from Abdullah Nu'man bin Bashir radiallahu anhuma, because him and his father, they are what? They are Sahaba, they are companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He reported that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, certainly, verily, halal, the lawful, what is halal, what is permitted to do, okay? It is clear, alright? Halal affairs in this dunya are so clear. That's what the Prophet ﷺ is trying to tell us. And haram stuff also are so clear. Alright? And however, between them, between halal and what? Haram, there are some cases which doubt people. It's shubh. Like it will put a person in shubh. It is halal or it is haram. Sometimes a lot of things, when you see, they just told you alcohol, you know that it is haram. When they ask you, oh, orange juice, it's halal. So it is clear.
Chicken meat.
Perfectly.
Supermarkets.
Yeah. The modern saying chicken meat in supermarket. It is confusing people, of course. Because some people say, go get it and say, Bismillah. Yeah, So it is confusing, but it's not confusing for those who knows. That's what we should know. Because this hadith, sometimes people say that the Prophet ﷺ even said that it is umur mushtabihat, it's doubt stuff. So no, it's doubt because you don't know, you're ignorant. The Prophet said it according to that. Alright? It's because you are ignorant. If you really know, you should stay away. And as a Muslim, when it comes to stuff, you go to some people, they say halal. Other people say haram. You don't need that thing to survive. Why should you always keep trying to get in? Just leave it. As a Muslim, this is how the Prophet is saying. Let's continue with the hadith. Inshallah, next week we're going to explain it more in details. So, it is in which many people may not be aware of, like a lot of doubtful stuff between haram and halal. You don't know. Is it halal? Is it haram? You will sit down, someone will call you, ask you about one business. A business, it's the marketing and so on and so on. It is connect and so on. And you ask them, they ask you if it is haram. If they just ask you if it is haram, it's because they heard that it is haram somewhere. So sometimes imams are in trouble. If you don't pay attention, you will make something that is halal. You don't pay attention, you will make something that is halal, haram, and vice versa. May Allah protect us. The reason why we are not supposed to do that, you don't have the right to say something is halal, something is haram. Wallah, I don't have any knowledge about it. That's it. And you stay. If they want your opinion perfectly, you tell them what you think about it. That's it. But you don't tell them it is haram. May Allah make it easy for us. So he said, it means, so those who shun from the doubtful things, okay, it means they have purified their religion, okay, and their own honor. Anyone who stays away from anything that is in doubt, that doesn't show clearly it is halal, it is haram, anyone who stays away from it, so then the Prophet ﷺ, alright, the person purified, in here they purify their religion. Anyone who did it, he purified his what? Religion. His own honor. Because at the end, if Allah, ask the person, why did you go and eat that meat? Why you know that you don't even know who slaughtered? Why did you eat? You don't have places to go, you have the opportunity to go. It's not like you need that meat to survive. It depends. We have a lot of cases, but certain things you don't need them to survive. You don't need, for example, nowadays the river stuff, people will tell you, but nowadays, wallahi, a person really need a house. If you don't have in your own house, it is a lot of fitness. How? So I had to buy, they say that if I pay every day, so they're not going to put interest. Who told you that you're going to be healthy till you pay this money? Who told you that you will have the same job what you are? Who told you? There's no guarantee. This is today we heard that a lot of people they are healthy and then the next day they pass away. So Allah doesn't want to put people in the position where you have to harm yourself and others. Peace everywhere. So anyone who stays away from anything that is doubtful, just stay away, go. Even in the prayers, during the prayer, if you have doubt, you always choose the safest side. The safest side is like, I'm doubtful. This is Maghrib, at Isha prayer. It looks like I prayed 3 or 4. The moment you just do stuff like that, just stand up and make 2 rakat, 1 rakat, is 4. And then you finish with what? When you finish, you do two other sujood. That's it. You take it away. I don't know if you guys understand. So in the deen, it is always good for you to be in the safest side. The same way we don't allow ourselves to not have to stay in the house. The end of the month is reaching. Okay. The people who don't care about that, at the end they lose their apartment. We know that, right? So you put a part of at least a month. You don't know what is going to happen. You always put aside 1 month of the rent, especially if you have family. 1 month of the rent. If something happens, I have 1 month at least. It's safest side all the time. But some people, they don't care. And the Prophet ﷺ is telling us, but those who get close to the doubtful matters, alright? وَمَنْ وَقَعَ فِي الشُّبَهَاتِ. The Prophet ﷺ said, وَقَعَ فِي الْحَرَامِ. You will see that they will end up falling in haram. Something is doubtful, and then you get close to it, you will end up falling in haram. And he gave a very good example here. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. He doesn't speak by his own. It is a wahy, it is a revelation. They will be trapped to unfold matters. That's what I said. As shown by one man who guard animals. It's like a shepherd who has what? His, how is it called? His flock, right? A shepherd. His flock. The English. Sisters, you can help us with the word? Flock. No, the animals. The animals is called what? The group of animals a shepherd is taking care of. It's flock, right? I'm not that good. Huh? A sheep, it can be a group of sheep. Okay, flock, right? Perfect. Okay, it is like a shepherd. The Prophet ﷺ is giving us an example of somebody who is taking care, guarding the cattle, you know, the cattle, the things, and so on. Okay, and he said, in which the animal almost attacked the grass field. Okay. He said it is like a man who got animal who put his animal in the grass field. Alright? In a grass field, okay, that is protected, in which the animals almost attack the what? The grass field. Know that everything has its own area. It means it's like somebody who is taking care of the sheep, okay, and cattle, goats, and so on. And it is protected place. Alright? There is a protected, it's guard, you know, somebody place. But there are grass also. If you let them get close to what? The protection, the limit, they will jump. You know how they will always jump to the field of Adam, and they will destroy his field, and you will get in trouble. Know that the area of, that every king has his own area. Every king has his what? Limits. Certain things, like if you go, especially when you go to a king's house, if somebody, like you go to a country, there are limits. It's like when you drive, you guys, you drive is 25 in the city, except it is, you know, showing that you can go more than that, you guys. Or they say, don't, what's the name? Do not get close to the, when it's red by the man sidewalk, when it is red, the hand that is red, you stop. Okay? It is clear. You stop. When it is white hand, you continue. It is hima, it is just the limit. So you shouldn't get closer or go beyond the limits. You will get in trouble. So the hima law, maharimuhu. What Allah make haram, it is hima, it is what is, he said is a haram. Okay? So, the Prophet ﷺ is saying here that the haram, the limit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the haram. Anything he made what? Haram. It is the limit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for you to go and the doubtful and you fail in that, it's not going to help you. Doubtful thought, nobody knows, just stay away. Then you will save yourself from haram. If you fail in it and it happens that it's haram, then you're in trouble. If you don't do it, even they say it's haram, you're not going to get anything because you don't need to survive. Majority of the time, the things we are doubting about, we don't need them to survive. And the Prophet ﷺ finished this hadith. He said, know that there is a blood clot, all right, in a human body. There is something, there is a kind of flesh, okay, small flesh in the human body, okay. If the blood clot, that flesh, small flesh, is good, therefore the whole body will be good. If that flesh is so good, it's pure, so you will see the whole body will become what? Pure. But if that blood is corrupt, alright? If the blood is what? Is bad, so the whole body will become bad. The blood clot refer to the heart. It's like when the Prophet was talking about what is the name of that flesh? And the Prophet said, it is the heart. He said, it is the heart. When the heart is pure, you will see the whole body will become what? Pure. But if the heart is not right, is bad, the whole body will become bad. Inshallah, next week I'm going to explain in detail perfectly this hadith, because it's so important. This hadith is so important, especially nowadays. A lot of things you go, some people they say fry it. Other people say, no, we're supposed to boil it. Other people will say, no, you're supposed to put it on fire, just leave it like that. You don't even know which one to take. Some people say the sky is blue. Other people say, no, it's black. Other people say it's white. Which one we will take? Another Imam said that it's okay, but I heard that it's not okay. What should I do?
So you talk about the food?
Yes.
Like the meat
Yes.
in the market?
Yes.
Like, for me, the meat they sell in the market, it's not, you don't know what they're doing there. We're going to be there for how many years, man?
Yes.
Sometimes the meat, they kill them, they take like
Perfect.
long time.
Inshallah, we're gonna bring those topics inshallah next week. What I can say is like brothers, especially us living here, even if you have to sacrifice a whole day to go to a place where you will see alive animals and get them and bring them back for your safety. Since you love meat, like me here, just go. Otherwise, go get the fish. It's more healthy. I don't know if you guys understand. So for us to go always to go to the get the food, those kind of meat from the supermarket, we don't even know from where it comes. It is putting ourselves in a very dangerous situation. It is always good to go. You have, and then you really recommend yourself, if you are a man, if you can do it, to slaughter the animal yourself. And they will allow you. They will allow you. I have been asking them, they allow me all the time. And if they reject, you will see some Muslim brothers over there, they will take care of that. They will what? Slaughter. Because you have to watch. Because in front of me, I see a brother, I already slaughtered the chicken, the pentad, and then a woman just came, halal, halal, I want halal, halal. Then there's a Spanish brother over there, he said, halal, halal, yes. He took the knife himself, he said, Bismillah, I don't know how he said it, and then he just carved it. And not Muslim. Can you imagine that? Then I went out, I did not see the woman to tell her the truth, to tell her that she had to be careful. This guy, the way he killed the animal, there's no mercy. Can you imagine that? Then they will bring that food and we're going to enjoy in the mosque. It's a mere potato. So the thing is, what I'm saying, brothers, we have to be aware. If you don't know, wallahi, you're going to fail in those kinds of things. If Allah wants, Allah will forgive. But most of the time, as Muslims, we're not supposed to do stuff unless we know. When you see something, you have to make sure before you know. But as Muslim, when we are in the masjid, when a Muslim brings food, we don't ask them. That's not our problem. I don't know if you guys understand. You don't come, I will come to my house, I will give you food, then you ask me if it is halal. It's not right. If a Muslim brother or sister brings food in the masjid, you don't ask them if it is halal. That's not your problem. Since they are Muslim, that's it, that's the only thing. But you yourself, you want to go and buy, make sure that it's really halal. Inshallah, next week we're going to make it detailed.
Inshallah. They not inform me, so they can just buy from supermarket.
Inshallah, next week we're going to talk in details.